Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AI Legends, and today I shall be uploading the next part of what if Naruto was banished from Konoha and made an empire for himself. So, before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video to please guys subscribe to my channel because I'm trying my best here so that I can reach 10k as quick as possible, and it will really be helpful if you guys are new to this channel or if you guys are not subscribed. Please guys do so. As well as guys, I have put the link of my Instagram along with the YouTube channel of my friend within the description below. Please subscribe as well as follow me on Instagram as well so that we can be in communication. So without any further ado, let us start our video. Last time we left off as Naruto saw that after returning back to Konoha, as Sakura along with Kakashi did not give the full report, as Sakura told everyone that how Sasuke was actually kidnapped and the Sound Force was the one who actually knocked her out, while on the other hand she told Naruto herself that Sasuke himself was the one who knocked her out. As well as Kakashi did not told them that how Sasuke actually fought Naruto, as he, you can say, skipped that information from his report, not thinking that actually it will affect that much, as the council got their hand on the report as they were pretty angry, as they thought that, or rather they wanted to believe that how Naruto only wanted to kill the last Uchiha so that he could get the Haruno girl. So they really were pissed off at Naruto. So they finally came up with the final decision to banish Naruto from Konoha, as Naruto tried his best so that Tsunade or Jiraiya could actually believe him. But Jiraiya told him that how he should accept his mistakes, and it happens only because of jealousy, as Naruto tried to make him understand. But Jiraiya did not, as well as Tsunade thought that Naruto actually tried to kill Sasuke. So she also had to agree with the decision, even though she tried her best to, you can say, save Naruto, but inside she thought that Naruto wasn't wrong, so it was finally ended. So after that, Naruto went to Konoha, from Konohagakure to Uzugakure, as well as Hinata, who wanted to go with Naruto. Well guys, many people were wondering that why did I always, even though I don't always do Hinata ship. In my previous series I have did Shino ship, not Shino, Shion ship, as well as Samui, Jujito, those type of ships I have did. Even though I don't talk a lot about ships because I'm not that good with them, but still I think that sometime Hinata also deserve a bit of love, as she like is single person for such a long time. It is something I believe in. So I think that one or two times I should, you can say, Naruto give I should give Naruto to her. So I hope that you guys will like it and try to understand it, because it definitely makes sense, because it is not like Ino is going to go with Naruto because she's a fangirl as well. So as I was saying, as Naruto entered into the Uzugakure, as the QB told him that how Konoha did not help this village, as well as they had a dojutsu hidden inside of these walls, as Naruto was determined to find them. So without any further ado, let us start our video from here on. As Naruto finally opened his eyes after talking to QB about the dojutsu and from Konoha, as Naruto for a moment was angry about Konoha not helping his home village just because they wanted the dojutsu, but in the end they could not have it, as they only took her mother so that they could rebuild the Uzumaki clan inside of Konoha so that they can increase their power, as he was really angry about the situation. As then he looked towards Hinata and gave her a smile and said, well Hinata, we have a lot of work to do. As he said, alright, first of all we have to find the library here, as the Ninetales has told me, since he has already arrived here thanks to help of Mito. As Hinata nodded, as she said, so what are you going to do here, Naruto-kun? As Naruto said, well Hinata, I have a lot to tell you. This village is known as Uzugakure, and it is the home to Uzumaki. As Hinata's eyes widened, Uzumaki's, Naruto-kun? As Naruto said, yeah, I did not knew that it was a clan, but according to Ninetales that is inside of me, it was a clan, a very powerful one, the only clan which could actually handle the power of the Ninetales, as well as it was so powerful that it took 3 villages combined to defeat a single clan which was residing here. As Hinata's eyes widened, already knowing that her Hyuga clan considered to be strong, but definitely Hyuga clan cannot take on 3 villages, and it definitely will not take a single village to take down the Hyuga clan if so desire. As if the Hyuga clan is alone, as Naruto said, see Hinata, my clan is really amazing. Well, there are no more anymore, but still, according to Ninetales, they have a lot of hidden treasures and weapons, as well as many scrolls or jutsus here in the library. We just have to find it. As Hinata nodded, and then she finally went along with Naruto as they arrived in a, you can say, basement. As Naruto said, so where it could be all of this? 9 days. As then Kurama speak up. Well, Naruto, the Uzumaki clan used a lot of seals, so it is possible that it could be hidden under a seal. We just have to find it. As Naruto simply nodded, as he started to walk, as then he arrived into the, you can say, area, as it was the end wall. As Naruto said, what? It is over. 9 tails, what is going on here? As he said, just try to find a seal. I bet the seal must be placed somewhere here. As Naruto said, alright Hinata, can you use your Byakugan to see that if there are some seals? As Hinata said, alright Naruto-kun, as she activated her Byakugan, as she could see that there are many seals, as she said, well Naruto-kun, this wall does have a seal that is there. As Naruto said, alright, as he saw, it seems to be three tomos. It's just like Sharingan, as Naruto said. What it could be? As he placed his fingers on them and then poured some chakra. As then it started to rotate. As Naruto saw that, his chakra started to suck up into the wall. As Naruto said, what? As he tried his best to move his hand, but it was not working. As he said, damn it, what's it going on? As Kurama said, relax, kid. Your chakra is being sucked into the seal. I bet it's a recognition seal so that only an Uzumaki could enter here. As Naruto nodded, and then the seal opened. As Naruto said, who? Well, as the wall vanished, as you can say, a door appeared out of nowhere. As Naruto said, alright. As he started to walk with Hinata, as Hinata as well as Naruto entered into the door and then it simply vanished from the area. As Naruto said, what is going on here? As Kurama said, just relax, brat. Look around. We are already in the library. As Naruto looked around and said, whoa. As he saw that library seems to be pretty neat and clean and all that. As he said, so that's how it is, huh? As he started to walk in, as he saw that there were libraries, as he saw fire jutsus, and then water, earth, lightning, all those elements, as well as sealing scrolls, sealing bijus, sealing elements, sealing chakra. Those type of, you can say, potions were made. As Naruto's eyes widened along with Hinata. Naruto-kun, these are so many scrolls. As Naruto said, yeah Hinata, I know that. As he said, well Kyuubi, what should I do? What should I learn first? As Kyuubi said, just relax, Brad, and calm down. Let's see. What about that one? As Naruto looked around, as he saw, it was a rather, you can say, circle. It was all the portions were made, but in center there was a scroll. As then Naruto said, okay. As he started to walk towards it, and then Naruto arrived and said, okay, I try to open it. As he grabbed the scroll, but then suddenly his chakra once again started to suck into the scroll. As he said, what? Not again. As then he moved back, and then suddenly the scroll simply opened, and then it, you can say, folded into the ground, and then there was a poof. And then a man appeared out of nowhere. As Naruto's eyes widened, this man had white beard along with white hairs. As he said, well, this was rather, I was waiting for you. As he looked towards him, young Uzumaki. As he looked towards Naruto and said, blonde hairs. Well, I was not expecting that, but still, your chakra does say that you're an Uzumaki. So, who are you, kid? As Naruto looked towards him and said, who are you? I'm the one who came here. As the old man chuckled and said, well, I was a former leader of this village. Or rather, now these are just ruins. Well, allow me to explain my story. I already know who you are. You're an Uzumaki, but you must know the heritage of this village. As he started to explain about everything which Kurama told him about the dojutsu and how the all other villages combined together. As he said, well, in the end we tried to find help from Konoha, but even Konoha rejected as they did not help us whatsoever, and we in the end we did not had enough power to stop all the villages as well as all the bijus which they were using to attack us. As Naruto simply nodded and said, well, the biju inside of me already has told me. As the old man nodded and said, well, I could already sense his chakra. Well, in the last breath, I made the preparation to seal away everything inside here so that one day the remains of the Uzumaki one day will arrive here so that they can rebuild the Uzumaki clan here, as well as once again show the world the power of an Uzumaki. As Naruto smiled and said, don't worry, I will be able to do it. As the old man looked around and he said, so who's the girl? As he said, well, her name is Hinata Hyuga. As he said, the Hyuga clan, huh? Well, seeing from her forehead, it seemed that she's not from the branch family. I do remember those people always did that. As Hinata simply nodded. As Naruto said, so what should I do? As the old man said, well, it seemed that you're the Uzumaki, so why are you here? As Naruto simply had a sad expression and said, well, I was raised in Konoha. I don't know if my father or my mother was the rather Uzumaki, but still. As Kurama said, well, she was, or rather, it was your mother. She was an Uzumaki, not your father. As Naruto said, really? You did not told me that. As Kurama said, well, I'm telling you now, brat. Just told the old man. As Naruto simply puffed and said, okay, well, my mother, according to QB, was an Uzumaki, as I was raised there, but since I was the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, all the village hated me, and in the end, they just find an excuse to banish me from Konoha. And now I'm here, trying to find what to do in life. As the old man chuckled and said, well, to be honest, Uzumaki clan always was the strongest, and they were the only one who would handle the power of the Nine Tails. And to be honest, I was expecting that from Konoha, that village, simply far from my eyes. Hashirama was a great man. I bet that he would be ashamed of the village he created has fallen so low. He will be ashamed of what he made. As Naruto did not respond at that, as then the old man said, well, so you're here to get refuge, huh? So what is your dream or goals for the future? As Naruto smiled and said, well, I have already decided that I'm going to, you can say, rebuild the Uzugakure as well as rebuild the Uzumaki clan. As the old man chuckled and said, well, these are some big dreams, though I always wanted that to happen from an Uzumaki. It seems that you're the last Uzumaki remaining in this world. Who knows, there could be more, but still, since you are here, I will tell you something about the dojutsu of the Uzumaki clan which we were making just to fight off against Uchihas and those type of people so that our clan could get strong as well. As Naruto nodded and said, well, the QB had already told me that the Mito Uzumaki was the one who came up with the idea. As the old man nodded, yeah, she was my granddaughter and she was always a genius. Though, in the end, she was the one who told the Konoha about the dojutsu. We just wanted to tell them that how strong the Uzumaki clan are helpful it could be so that the Konoha would not betray us. But in the end, the power and the greed always took over. But that is beside the point, Brad. So, Naruto said, so, are you going to give me the dojutsu or not? As the old man chuckled and said, well, I will give you the dojutsu, but, Brad, that dojutsu was certainly made so that the only worthy ones could actually harness the dojutsu. As well as I can already sense you have the royal blood of the Uzumaki clan. So, you're from the royal family. So, or rather, from my lineage itself. But it doesn't matter. If you're not worthy enough, it will only kill you even if you have the power of QB inside of you. As Naruto's eyes widened, as Kurama said, don't worry Brad, just do it. As Naruto gulped and said, alright, I'm ready to take any test whatsoever, just bring it on. My name is Uzumaki Naruto and I never go back on my word, that is my ninja way. As the old man smiled and said, that is something I expect from an Uzumaki. Alright kid, lay down, it's about time. As Naruto lay down on a nearby table that was around, as Hinata said, Naruto-kun, as Naruto said, don't worry Hinata, it will all be okay. As she gulped, as the old man arrived in front of him and said, okay. As he placed two fingers on the head of Naruto, as Naruto's eyes widened and then he was pulled into a strange world. As he was once again standing in front of Konoha, as Naruto's eyes widened, as he saw each and every moment that was his suffering that was just going in his head, his childhood people glaring at him as he was in utter shock. What? Where am I? How? How this even possible? And then it appeared in the council meeting. Uzumaki Naruto, you are hereby banished from Konoha for hurting the prize Uchiha, the last Uchiha, as Naruto gritted his teeth. In the real world, Naruto was moving around in the pure, you can say, pain and agony. As Hinata said, Naruto-kun, are you okay? As the old man said, wait here, young girl. He's going through all of his bad memories. As Hinata said, but why? As he said, well, the dojutsu was purely made so that people with good heart and good intentions for Uzumaki could harness that dojutsu. It will not, you can say, made for those who want revenge and those type of things. It will not help them. And if this kid can overcome his hatred, he will have the dojutsu. Otherwise, he will die. As Hinata's eyes widened, already knowing that how much suffering did Naruto actually had. As Naruto gritted his teeth as he came in front of Jiraiya. Brat, you should admit your mistakes. And it is all because of your jealousy, as Naruto was now getting angrier and angrier, as then it appeared in front of Tsunade. Granny, I did not do it. Naruto, you should try to admit it at least, as those type of things were simply going on, and then he was standing in front of Kakashi. Well, I did not told Hokage that Sasuke tried to kill Naruto, as Naruto was now getting angrier and angrier, as his, you can say, in the real world, the bloodlust was just radiating from Naruto's body, as the old man shook his head. It seemed that he's going to be a failure indeed. Well, it is pretty sad to see that this kid is going to die, even though he's going to be the last Uzumaki that I know, as Hinata was now pretty nervous. And once again, he was in his childhood, he was getting beaten up, and then he said, no, it cannot be. Something is wrong. Is this some type of test? As then a voice could be heard, Brat, control yourself. Just control. As then Naruto said, QB. As once again he was standing in front of Kurama, as Naruto said, hey QB, what is going on here? As QB said, well Brat, I have forced you here, though that power of the dojutsu or seals are great, they are holding me back, but listen to me, I'm using most of my power just to talk to you. He is going through, it is a test. If you are able to overcome your hatred, or you are able to see through your hatred, you will be able to pass this test and have that dojutsu, otherwise it will kill you. I can say these seals are powerful, you have to do it Brat, just see past them. And then he simply vanished, as Naruto was once again getting beaten up by the hands, as he was 4 years old. As he said, no, I will not give in, I will not go back on my words. As then, my name is Uzumaki Naruto. As he stood up, as the next thing he knew, as he was with Hinata, as when the childhood, when he saved Hinata, as he had some injuries here and there, as he said, Hinata, as he saw that how he was walking and left her at her home, and then the next memory, as Shikamaru as well as Choji were playing with him, as they were supporting him as much as again, and then the good memory as the third Hokage was telling him that how great of a shinobi one day he will become, and the next memory he saw that how he saved everyone from Gato, saved Kakashi, and then he had a smile on his face and said, so this is all how it is, huh? That's how it is going to be. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, and I never go back on my word. As in the real world, the whole thing simply shattered as Naruto's wide opened his eyes, as then the seal started to appear. As the old man was really surprised. As I said, he did it. I was not expecting that. As then the seal started to rotate in his eyes, and then the yellow pattern appeared, as it was like the Rinnegan, but several. You can say it was rather yellow. As Naruto finally opened his eyes, as he was now breathing hard, as the old man said, kid, you're really something else. To be honest, I was not expecting this, but this is really amazing. You have finally activated the Uzugan. As Naruto sit up and said, so I have finally obtained the dojutsu, So it's about time for my training. As the old man said, well, here's a small gift. As a seal, another scroll was in the hand, as Naruto said, so what is it about, As old man said, just place your hand on it. As Naruto simply shrugged and then placed his hand, and then his eyes started to spin. As then the whole place light up with seals, and for a moment as Naruto let out a scream as he was on the ground clutching his head, and then he was in pure agony and pain as he let out a scream. As Hinata said, Naruto-kun, are you okay? As she started to walk towards Naruto, as Naruto was gripping his head, as the old man said, it is going to hurt a bit, but I think that as Naruto got knocked out, as the old man said, he will wake up after some time. As Hinata said, what did you do? As old man smiled and said, well, don't worry, your friend will be okay. As he started to vanish from the area, as he got knocked, you can say, simply vanishes. As Hinata took Naruto to a safe place, to a nearby table or bench, as she started to wait for Naruto to wake up and also get out of the, you can say, building so that she could get some food, knowing that Naruto-kun will be really hungry. As after some time, you can say after 5 hours, Naruto finally wake up and said, damn it, my head, what is going on? As he opened his eyes to be seen in front of Kurama, who had a amused look on his face. As Naruto said, damn it, why my head is so hurting, damn it. As Kurama said, just relax, Brad, you are pretty lucky. To be honest, I have never seen a person with a luck like yours. As Naruto said, well, I am pretty lucky to be banished. from the village and get my only dream to be crushed as QB simply juggle. Well, kid, to be honest, I truly believe that you are meant for greatness. But what happened is that man has given you all the knowledge that was stored in the whole Uzumaki village, the 100 years of research on seal, as well as all the elemental jutsus they ever made or seen or gathered is now in your head. And because of all of those memories rush, it is just hurting your head, and that's the main reason you're unconscious. Though in a normal person it would easily kill the person, but since I'm inside of you and you have that dojutsu now, you have the power to handle all of this knowledge at once. As Naruto said, wait a minute, so I will have all the knowledge as Kurama said when you wake up, that is as Naruto said, so it would be fun. Alright, so as Kurama said, so what are your intentions now, huh? Are you going to rebuild this village? As Naruto thought for some time and said, well Kurama, to be honest, I was wondering something. As Kurama said, what is it, Brad? As Naruto said, well, I was wondering that there is Konoha and then there are other villages, small villages. Even if I build this village, there is no guarantee that it will survive, though it could survive for 100 years or something, the time in which I am alive. It is just like, you know, the Konoha, it was made by first Hokage with good intentions, but you see how corrupted that village actually got in time. As Kurama said, so what are you getting at? As Naruto looked towards Kurama with determination in his eyes. Well, I was wondering if I have all of this power and you claim to be the strongest Biju. As Kurama scoffed and said, what do you mean by claim to be? I am the strongest. As Naruto said, yeah, I know that. Well, I was wondering if I can combine all the nations together. As Kurama raised an eyebrow and said, what do you mean by that, brat? Are you talking about the conquest, huh? As Naruto said, well, you can say that. If I can combine all the villages together and then there would be no war or anything like it. And then the one will rule as well as everything will be, you can say, united. As Kurama juggled, well, the one who would rule will, you can say, there are high chances that he would be corrupted. As Naruto said, well, I don't know the ruling part. We can govern a lot of governments and all those type of things, but in the end, all the people will be united, shinobis or civilians, in the united under a single flag, in the name, in a single name, and I think that it will work out. As Kurama thought it for some time and said, though Brad, these are the thoughts as many people thought it before, as those who wanted to rule the world with the ardent fist, and those type of thoughts came in their mind. Though you have all of this power, if it was you came to me with this power, in 2 or 3 years, I would have thought that you are a bit, you can say, greedy. But I know your intentions, I can feel them. They are pretty pure. Though, we will try it. But in the end, there is no guarantee. And who knows, this village you are building could be in danger. As Naruto said, it would be in danger either way. 100 years or 200 years, I don't know how long it will remain here if I just let it be. So we have to conquer the other villages as well so that we can unite all of them. As Kurama chuckled and said, well, it would be a great journey either way, even if you die or not, I'm going to be freed. So it would be fun to see how or what, rather what will you accomplish here. As Naruto said, alright, so what is your name? I was wondering about it. As Kurama chuckled and said, well, you have to wait for that. As Naruto simply juggled, as he simply vanishes from the mindscape, as he opened his eyes in front of Hinata, as Hinata had a lot of fish, as which he, you can say, roasted. As Naruto said, hey Hinata, as Hinata said, Naruto-kun, are you okay? As Naruto could feel the memories, the rush that was finally complete. He had a bit of headache, but now he has a knowledge. He could just feel the experience itself, that he was doing all of these jutsus for years now. As Naruto looked towards his hands and said, well, Hinata, I feel strange. I feel powerful. As Kurama said, hey brat, that girl has Byakugan. It is time to test your dojutsu. As Naruto smiled and said, hey Hinata, you know this dojutsu, I did told you about it, right? As Hinata said, yeah, you told me about it. As Naruto said, well, it has ability to copy other dojutsus. And I was wondering if I can copy yours. I would just want to test it. If you don't want to, I will not. As Hinata smiled, well Naruto-kun, you could do it. As Naruto simply smiled, thanks Hinata, as he activated his dojutsu, as Hinata's eyes met with his own, as Naruto's eyes started to change into the Byakugan itself, as Naruto said, whoa, so that's how Byakugan looks like, huh? as he activated it in a second. As Hinata's eyes widened and said, Naruto-kun, you have Byakugan. As Naruto smiled, yeah, I can see almost everywhere. Yeah, this is pretty amazing. Hinata, would you teach me the gentle fist? As Hinata said, yeah, Naruto-kun, I will try my best. As Naruto smiled, thanks Hinata. Well, I have all of this knowledge and this course seems to be here. So I was wondering if we could train here for some time. And I can make a time seal here in which we will not grow, as well as we can learn all of the jutsus in no time whatsoever. As Hinata said, you can really do that, Naruto-kun? As Naruto smiled, yeah, I can just feel it, as well as I have all the knowledge in in my mind. It's about time, Hinata. We will get strong, and then we will rule over this world. As Hinata smiled, yes, Naruto-kun, whatever you say. As Naruto smiled, as both of them, you can say, started to eat. And now, we have a small scale as both Hinata as well as Naruto were engaging in a taijutsu battle. It is about time as it was a seal, or rather a barrier which Naruto made, speeding up the time inside of the, you can say, in this place, as well as putting a seal on Hinata as well as on himself, you can say decreasing the age speed so that both of them could remain here as it was like 3 years of training for them. But inside of this barrier, but their body did not grow in this time, or rather, they just grow 1 year old. As now, all of their training has done in this time. Naruto had a, you can say, mark on his head, just like Tsunade, as he had super physical strength. As Hinata also had the same mark, super physical strength, as well as Naruto has the sage mode which he was able to gather from the Uzumakis, as it was the rather nature sage mode which the Hashirama Senju had, as Naruto was also able to master it. As as well as he had all the 5 affinities, as Hinata was able to master her lightning and water as well as earth affinity, 3 affinities, as she has affinity for fire as well, but does not have that much. As Naruto's gentle face style also increased, as well as Naruto said, alright Hinata, it's about time we leave this place. I think that we have gotten a lot stronger. So it's about time we get the funds to make our village once again. As Hinata said, yes Naruto-kun. As in this time, Hinata stopped even stuttering and all. As Naruto said, as Kurama said, so what is the plan, brat? As Naruto said, well, it's pretty easy. The people like Gado has a lot of money and they keep it low. If we just, you can say, rob the robber. As Kurama simply chuckled and said, alright brat, you're always fun. You know that? As Naruto simply smirked and said, well, it would be fun. As Naruto said, so what is the plan, Naruto-kun? As Naruto said, well, in the nearby area, thanks to my seals that I placed on the birds, especially eagles, I like them, as I have put the seals on them and I was able to gather a lot of information. After all, these are the birds which keep an eye everywhere, especially eagle, even inside of water. So, but that is beside the point. Well, I have even I have been able to gather some information that there are a lot of, you can say, underworld people who have a lot of money and they are going to meet tomorrow in a special place in a nearby village, which is only, you can say, all of them are gathering so that they can predict the area in which they are actually going to rule, as well as they are going to have a lot of money. So I bet that it would be fun. As Hinata said, alright Naruto-kun, let's see, it is about time for us to test our powers as well. As Naruto smirked and said, well, if they were shinobi, that would be a lot fun. Now, we have a timescape. As Naruto was standing in front of all the drug dealers and those type of underworld bosses, as they had several, you can say, missing names as well as several bandits, and said, alright brats, you may have arrived here, but now it's time for you to die. As he signaled his shinobi as all of them rushed towards him. Naruto said, well, pretty boring, as he made a single hand sign and said, fire style, fire annihilation, as he released a big breath of fire, completely annihilating all the shinobis that were there, as one of them was able to substitute from the nearby chair as he was about to attack Naruto, but then he met with a gentle fist on his, you can say, chest, and then the next thing he knew, he started to change into the stone itself. As he said, what is going on here? As he studied his body completely turned into a stone. As Naruto said, as Kurama said, well, that kid, that girl is dangerous while using the sage mode, planting the sage chakra inside of someone's body really made a person into a stone. As Naruto said, well, I can do that as well. I also have a Byakugan. As Kurama said, well, you only have the Byakugan. It is about time you get on the work and get the Sharingan. Even though I don't like that eye, but it certainly gives a person a lot of abilities. As Naruto simply chuckled. In this time, Naruto, as he said, well, I also have that dojutsu as well, Kurama. As Kurama chuckled and said, well, we don't know about the abilities of that dojutsu. Well, I don't know about it. As Naruto nodded, now we have, as Naruto said, alright, Hinata, it's about time we get our money. As he looked towards the drug bosses, as all of them were now simply shitting themselves and said, take everything, take all the money, just leave us. As Naruto said, yeah, that's the plan, just give us all the money. As they went to a room, as Naruto said, now that's what I call sweet, as it was gold and all type of money and all. It was a whole, you can say, big apartment, or even more than, or rather a bank would be more fitting. As Naruto said, alright, as he snapped his finger, or you can, and then slam his hand into the ground as a seal appeared out of nowhere. As then there was a poof and a single scroll appeared. As Naruto grabbed the scroll and then in his paw it simply vanishes as all the drug deals. As Naruto said, alright, as per deal, I'm going to let you go. As Naruto simply started to walk away as then, but I never said anything about her. As all the drug dealers' eyes widened as Hinata had a sweet smile and then cheese go through hand size, and the next thing everyone knew they were ashes. As she used the lightning affinity, completely turning them into ash. As Naruto said, huh, so you have gotten a bit brutal, Hinata. As Hinata said, well, it was the brutal training we did all of this time, especially that imagination training which you made me go through. As Naruto said, well, sorry Hinata, I know that it was your innocence which is going to be troublesome. So, on the advice of Kurama, I had to do it. Sorry about it. As Naruto said, well, it is that fur ball which is to be blamed. Naruto-kun, I know that. We just smiles with a sweet smile. As Kurama puffed inside of Naruto. Damn that stupid girl. As Naruto simply chuckled. And now Naruto said, well, I was wondering Hinata, what type of power does that dojutsu give us? As Hinata said, well, I don't know Naruto-kun, even though I have it, but I still cannot use it on properly. As Naruto nodded. Now we have a flashback as Naruto was standing in front of Hinata. Well, Hinata, this is a seal which would actually make you a half Uzumaki. Since I'm going to revive my clan, so it would be better that both of us would be half Uzumakis. Therefore, our children would have the power of an Uzumaki. As Hinata nodded, and then Naruto go through the sealing process. As Hinata finally became a half Uzumaki, but a strange thing happens as her eyes started to change. As Naruto said, Hinata, are you okay? And the next thing he knew, at Hinata has strange eyes. It was not the Tenseigan, but rather it was Jogan. Well, guys, for the you can say explanations, I can say the explanations is Baruto was half Uzumaki and half Yuga. So he was able to activate his Jogan. Though you can argue that it would be Toneri who gave him that dojutsu, but come on guys, Toneri do not even have eyes of his own. So how can he give someone a dojutsu? So it does not make much of a sense. Though I thought that it would be fun if Hinata has it. As Naruto said, wait Hinata, let me copy them. As he activated his dojutsu. As Naruto was surprised, this took a lot longer than he previously thought. But in the end, he was still able to copy the dojutsu. As he said, so it completed, huh? As he said, hey Kurama, what type of dojutsu this is? As Kurama looked towards it and said, this dojutsu surely is powerful, but I do not see or remember such a dojutsu to be existed. Though it could be very well possible that it is a combination of the Uzumaki blood and the Hyuga blood, creating some version of Byakugan. As Naruto nodded and said, well, we will discuss it later on. As Kurama nodded, as now they are going through the village. As Naruto said, well, it's about time. As he go through hand signs and said, Shadow Clone Jutsu. As then several shadow clones formed out as he looked towards them and said, you know the job, right? As all of them nodded and dashes into the elemental nations. As Hinata said, what are you doing, Naruto-kun? As Naruto said, well, we are going to need some missing needs, shinobis as well as civilians, so that we can recruit them to our village, right? As Hinata nodded, yeah, Naruto-kun, you're right about it. As Naruto smiled, as flashback ends. As Naruto said, well, it is about time. We are going to get a lot of civilians and those type of people. So we were building in this time, right? as Hinata smiled thanks to shadow clones and the power of QB, as Naruto was sharing the power with Hinata, as she made several shadow clones, as they were able to repair some of the buildings here and there, and now with all of this money, they are able to do a lot better. As Naruto constructed several, you can say, architects and those type of people, as he created a seal so that no one could actually enter in the place, and those people arrive here as Naruto put them in minor genjutsus, which he was able to do from Jogan, not from his Byakugan or anything, but still, it was something. And now, we have a complete time skip of 3 years. Now, we go back to Konoha as Jiraiya arrived in the room with a sad expression on his face. Hey, Tsunade. As Tsunade looked towards Jiraiya. Jiraiya, just tell me, you found him, right? As Jiraiya shook his head. Sorry, Tsunade, I was not able to do anything. I tried my best. It was like that brat simply vanished from the eyes of the world. As Tsunade said, damn it, as she slammed the bottle which he had on her hands and said, where did that brat even go? As Jiraiya shook his head and said, Tsunade, I don't know. As Tsunade was devastated when Sasuke left the village, as he saw that how after the leaving of Sasuke, Sakura arrived and she explained that how it was Sasuke who left on his own card, and then Tsunade was pissed off as she summoned Kakashi as all the memories came into her mind along with Jiraiya, as both of them were ashamed, as Jiraiya remembered that telling Naruto that he should accept his mistakes and take punishments for them, and then Tsunade remembering that Naruto, you should accept your mistake, as Naruto was devastated, as both of them were devastated at this point, as then they called for Kakashi, as Tsunade glared at Kakashi, Kakashi, tell me everything, otherwise I'm going to put the bounty on the head of that damn Uchiha who left this village for the damn second time, as he was cursing at Kakashi, as Kakashi gulped and said, well, I just missed a small portion in the report, Lady Tsunade. I never thought that this will happen. As Tsunade said, what did you miss? Damn it, just tell me. As Kakashi said, well, I thought Kakashi Sasuke, the Chidori, and he used it to kill Naruto. As Naruto had a hole in his chest, barely missing his heart, he could have died. As Tsunade glared at Kakashi, damn you Kakashi, and you're telling me this now? This would have been easily able to save Naruto from that damn council meeting. As Kakashi said, well, I only thought that it would give Sasuke a lot of trouble. As Jiraiya punches Kakashi on his face, sending him flying into the wall. Damn you, Kakashi. Because of you, the son of Force is banished from Konoha. Damn you. As Kakashi had a head down, as he was regretting it a lot now. He should have just told everything to Tsunade. Though, if he had did that, Sasuke would definitely have been put in prison for life, or he would have been executed for it all. But in the end, Sasuke still left the village, and now Tsunade simply sighs. So we cannot do anything about it, right, Kakashi? As Kakashi sighs, and yeah, that is right. As well as all the elders were panicking as well. They thought that Danzo would be easily be able to capture Naruto and get the Nine Tails out of him. But both of the elders were standing, as well as some of the council members in front of Danzo. Danzo, just tell me that you're able to find that brat. As Danzo looked towards them and said, no, I'm not able to do so. I don't know where that brat even vanishes from the face of earth. As one of the elders said, damn it Danzo, we thought that you should be able to capture that kid or train him to be a weapon or just at least extract the Nine Tails from him. Now, we do not have the power of the Nine Tails. As Danzo gritted his teeth, yeah, I know that. That was a plan, but that damn brat used the power of the Nine Tails to escape. As Hiyashi said, well, he also have my daughter with him. As one of the council members said, well, it does not matter. The power of the Nine Tails is more important. What if other villages got it? As Danzo said, well, it could be the case. Then we would be in a lot of trouble. As one of the elders said, well, this is on you, Danzo. As Danzo looked towards him and said, well, if I'm not mistaken, you're the one who agreed with it without even arguing. So don't put all of this on me, Hamura. As the elder shut his mouth. As now, let us go on the other side as Naruto. As now, some time has finally passes. As the older training as well as the construction in the village has finally completed. As Naruto was now walking in the biggest tower that was. Rather, allow me to show a photo, or in the next part I might show the photo. It was pretty photo of an rather an empire, as it is the most powerful, or you can say the more biggest, the wide as the eye go, as it is that big of a village, as more like an empire. If you guys have seen in old movies or rather fantasies or animes. Those type of a big castle that was also there as Naruto started to walk as one of the his soldier arrived and said, "Well, Lord Naruto, we have finally made the preparation so that." As Naruto smiled as he you can say activated his seals as he simply vanished from the area along with his commander as he arrived in his office, took a seat as Naruto said, "So, what's the condition?" As it was, you can say, Ryu. As this guy, name was Ryu, and he was an S rank missing name. As he looked towards Naruto, "Well done, Naruto. We have finally made the preparations. Now it is about time for us to show to the world that who is actually the strongest." As Naruto smirked and said, "Well, and are you training our forces?" As he smirked and said, "Well, Lord, all the plans are going as you said, and in time we are going to do our plan." As Naruto smiled and said, "Well, good luck. And it is about time that we show the world who is the superior and who is the alpha." As he stood up from his chair and started to look towards his village, or rather his empire, which is going to be from the point to the eye. So, okay, guys, as far as the eye goes, his empire is going to remain there. Okay, guys, here I will left this part. Hope you guys like it. If you guys want the next part, then the like goal is going to be 300 likes and 150 comments in the comment section. And do that, I will upload the next part. Well, guys, before starting this video, recording this video, I uploaded 2 videos at a row. So in this video, I may have started it later, or there would have been a bit of trouble since my, you can say, throat is all dry and all, and I was uploading videos here and there. So excuse that and don't comment that in the comment section. Just excuse that. Okay, guys. Hope that you guys like it. So peace.